What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is me, Meepo. I am back again today with another video. Today is the start of the new week for the new schedule and all that stuff that I talked about in the last video. So yeah, today we have a few topics. So yeah, I'm not gonna do an intro for this video just because I'm fucking lazy. I don't want to do any work right now. So yeah, the first topic is Mike from the Impulsive podcast. That is Logan Paul's podcast. So some stuff has come out where Logan, he was on his podcast, doing his thing, in the topic of the Harry Styles situation of like him wearing a dress for like this magazine. And let me just quickly say, I couldn't give two fucks about what a person is wearing. If you give a fuck about if a man's wearing a dress or if a girl's wearing like a fucking like flannel shirt with like some baggy ass jeans, then I'm sorry, but you're a fucking bitch. Like there's no other words to describe how bitch made you are to fucking be like, oh, this person shouldn't be wearing that. And obviously, that doesn't go to say like, oh, some things, like are inappropriate for certain occasions and stuff like that. But like, if a person wants to wear what they want to wear on their own time, then that's totally fine. But yeah, that's basically what Logan Paul was saying. Basically, like that he's glad that Harry Styles was wearing a dress because it's about time that like people shouldn't like be uncomfortable seeing a man wearing a dress, and I totally agree. But Mike, he's like, yeah, no, Logan Paul is fucking lying, and I could just tell that he most likely definitely wasn't, just because Mike is just a clout chaser. He would suck off anybody to get a few more followers on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or anything like that. And another thing that I could tell is that he's stuttering with his words a lot. Like, that's something else. Like, if somebody keeps on stuttering and keeps on trying to find the words and like keeps on pausing when they're telling you something that's supposedly the truth, then it's most likely that they're fucking lying. But yeah, next, I'm done with that topic. So next is the EDP 445 situation. Yes, that fucking fat fuck elephant looking head ass bitch that we all used to know and love as EDP 445. So if you guys don't already know, he was recently outed to just be a fucking creep. Like, he likes children. He literally admitted to it. So there's two main videos out right now. The first one is the chat logs. So this lady, she's reading out the chat logs that EDP sent to what he thought was a 13-year-old girl. And I just gotta say, dude, what the fuck is going through your head? Like, you're a famous YouTuber, over 2 million subscribers on YouTube, and you have a loyal fan base, and yet you're going for a fucking kid. Like, bro, that's just fucking creepy as shit. Not to mention that, like, even though, you're not the most attractive person, trust me, you look like a fucking hippo had a baby with that elephant. I'm pretty sure that there might be someone out there for you who's above the age of 18. Why are you going for 13-year-olds, dude? So yeah, there's that video with the chat logs, and then there's the actual one of him getting caught, and both of those videos are funny as fuck. Not in the ways that you think. The ways that they're funny is just that, I don't know, like the way he's talking, like, oh, on the internet, he's like, all you punk ass motherfuckers are sucking dick and shit, and all of you could take dick up the ass and shit, you punk ass bitch made motherfuckers. And then when you see him talking in the chat logs, he's like, oh yes, baby girl, I love you, type shit. And then when he's getting caught, not only is he fucking acting so chill about it, he's also like, do you guys want a fist bump? Like, bro, please, bro, like, shut the fuck up. Sorry, I just had to have a drink. But yeah, it's fucking funny as shit that this grown ass fat fuck is basically like, you guys, I'm so fucking hard. And along with that, he's supposed to be coming back, not on YouTube because he got terminated on there, not on Twitter because his account, I believe, got terminated, not on Instagram, not on TikTok, but he announced it on fucking Facebook. You know, the place where everybody's fucking mom is, you know, like the place that's overrun with boomers and false information. Yeah, that's the place where he decided to make his big debut on his website, you know. And that's another thing. Who's making a website for this guy? Like, I swear, unless he's making it for himself, or like he's using like a platform like Wix or Squarespace or GoDaddy, who is making a website for this creep? Like, I swear, if you're making a website for him, like, please never show your face in society again. You're a lost cause, guy, like, or girl. It could be a guy or a girl, whichever one. Like, it just disgusts me so much that a creep like that has had access to like all these children, and that he's admitted that he's like done that 6 times before to other children. Hopefully, like, it was just him talking and like with the chat logs and stuff like that, instead of actually going to go meet up with them, because if he went to go do that, I pray for those children and I pray for their family, bro. That's just something that nobody should have to go through. That's just some creepy ass shit right there. And then along with that, okay, the fucking dude who made it, Chet Goldstein, I believe that's his name, he was outed to be a bit of a douche himself. Definitely not as bad as EDP. Like, if you have to ask me if I would rather like sit next to a person on the bus and like my options are either a child diddler or a fucking racist, I'm definitely gonna choose the racist any day of the week. Okay, don't get me wrong, racism is bad and I hate all racists, but like, I would much rather sit next to a racist on a bus than have to sit next to a kitty diddler. Like, what the fuck? Alright, and supposedly, I don't know if this is true, I heard this from EDP, which, I mean, he's definitely not a reliable source, but I'll look it up right now. Supposedly he also made fun, Chet Goldstein, of a person who has Down syndrome or like autism, I think, like one of those two. So yeah, he's also a douche as well, and along with some more stuff, like just making just some absurd jokes about like other races and stuff like that. And EDP tries to use that as a scapegoat. You know, he's like, oh, this guy's racist, so I'm not a kitty diddler. Like, that's yes, EDP, that's how logic works. Just because somebody is like just slightly bad, that means that you're off the hook. No, you're not off the hook, EDP. You're a fucking weirdo who deserves to get bent over in jail by a guy named Tyrone when you drop the soap, my guy. Like, please. Like, and I really fucking hope that he does get time in jail. I know that like people have been saying like, because of the way that the predator poachers handled the situation, like to go see him, that like it's a very low possibility that he's actually gonna get arrested. But like, I feel like they had like more than enough like evidence to like say like, oh yeah, this dude is definitely a danger to society. So a few critiques that I have on, you know, the way that they handled it was, first off, you should have called the police like straight away, like had them like hiding or something like that. Like, you knew that this guy loves guns, okay? He loves guns. That's like one of the things that he would fucking suck off. He would suck off a fucking Glock to get another Glock. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this dude loves guns. So you should definitely come more prepared than just in a fucking t-shirt and a GoPro strapped to your goddamn chest. And you definitely should have called the cops. Like, what were you guys thinking? If you're gonna catch a criminal, the cops should be on standby. Like, you literally gave him time to escape, and he did escape. Man's called up Lester. He's like, yo, give me that 2-minute cooldown for the cops and shit. and Lester was like, I got you, buddy. Lester looks like a fucking kid diddler as well. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why. He's a fucking creep. But yeah, another thing is that they didn't, like, the chat logs, they didn't do it earlier. So if you saw the video, she explained that like the pictures that he had sent, like, they weren't all there. So like, because of like some 30-day thing. And like, what I would say, what I would do if I was in their situation, bro, screenshot that shit, you know, or better yet, screen record it, you know, just like glaze over the image with like a screen recording, and bro, you would be good to go. Like, why didn't you guys think of that any sooner? Like, they were so unprepared with that shit, and I do definitely see why people are like, yo, EDP might never get caught. No, not never, just like he might not get caught like right now, because they did such a horrible job. Not to discredit them or anything, like, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely glad that they did bring to light how much of a creep he was, but I'm just saying, bro, you guys should have been way more prepared to do this shit. Like, you should have known that by the start, if he could make a run for it, then he definitely would have made a run for it, and he did, and he got away, and you guys basically let him do that, which definitely isn't okay, because now he's on the loose. I don't know if he's at his apartment or like house or whatever, or if he's on the run or something like that, but he did post a video, as I said, announcing his return with his new website, which honestly nobody's gonna look at, nobody's gonna pay for if there's like some sort of paywall that you have to get through, like some sort of Patreon type shit, or like an OnlyFans, something like that, where like only the people who pay for it can see your content. But yeah, I highly doubt that anybody is gonna pay to see your content. Nobody should even pay to see your content, like, in the first place, even before all this shit. Who's gonna pay for some fat fuck on the internet literally cursing his brains out, and who sucks off the fucking Eagles? Like, bro, I don't understand. Like, if you're gonna pay somebody to do something, it should like be some high quality type shit, you know, like maybe something on cable. Like, I could kind of understand paying for cable, but yeah, no, nobody's gonna pay for your shit, you little kid diddler fuck. But yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the return of Meepo.
This blue eye perceives all things conjoined, the past, the future, and the present. Everything flows, and all is connected. This eye is not merely seeing reality, it is touching the truth.